Hi, it's Frank Falbo here with Seymour Duncan to talk to you today about the new SFX08 Power Grid Distortion pedal. Seymour Duncan has a wide variety of distortion and overdrive pedals available. And so let's take a little bit of a refresher course before we start talking about the Power Grid Distortion. Some of you out there may already own the Seymour Duncan Tweak Fuzz. That is a fuzz pedal, and let's listen to see what that sounds like. And again, as you can hear, that's a fuzz pedal. It's kind of gritty and fizzy on the top end, and it overdrives in a very specific way. The next pedal I want to talk about is the Lava Box. The Lava Box is a MOSFET distortion pedal, and that sounds like this. So you can hear it's a little bit different. It's a little crunchier. Those of you who are familiar with it know that it responds in a different manner when your guitar gets louder, gets softer. It goes with dynamics a little bit differently. But today we're going to talk about the new Power Grid Distortion pedal. The Power Grid Distortion pedal, first of all, comes with over 97 decibels of gain. That means that there is enough gain, enough distortion in this pedal to distort fully, to fully saturate the most vintage of single coil pickups. So plenty of gain on tap. For the purposes of this demo, I'm going to keep the gain just a little bit above 50%, a little bit above halfway. And we can hear what this pedal sounds like at that setting. Now, one of the things that differentiates the Power Grid from the Lava Box and the Tweak Fuzz is 3 bands of active EQ. What does that mean to you? Well, it means that you have a bass and a mid and a treble that you can tweak and tailor and pull this way and that way to pretty much create any kind of sonic footprint, any kind of character you want to achieve. You can set this pedal up so that it fits anywhere in any mix. It's a very versatile pedal. It's going to be able to create sounds and textures that'll fit amongst somebody else who has a, let's say, a British kind of a sound, or somebody has an American clean kind of sound going. They have a hot-rodded American, hot-rodded British sound. This pedal is just a no-holds-barred, all-out distortion pedal with a lot of EQ flexibility to sort of fit and find its way into the mix. What I want to do now is show you guys the EQ flexibility. For starts, let me take the EQ to the center frequency, so the center point. So we're going to leave the bass, mid, and treble all set flat, and this is what the pedal sounds like. So you can hear it's nice and thick. It has a lot of saturation, and it's a nice even tone that'll fit amongst all different kinds of settings. Let's listen to what happens if I take the mid-range knob up. Very, very thick, very present, a lot of mid-range for your solo tone, but without sounding honky or thin. I'm going to take the mid-range and I'm going to put it back flat, and then we'll listen to what it sounds like if I bring the treble knob all the way up. So you can hear there that we get a lot of top-end sparkle, a lot of top-end sizzle, but without sounding harsh, without sounding buzzy, without sounding fizzy. Let's take this treble knob back down and listen to what happens if I take the bass knob up. Very, very thick, very full sounding, a lot of meat in the low end, a lot of toughness down there in the low end, but without sounding too murky or too thuddy. Just very smooth, very liquidy smooth. Let's look at some sample settings where you might integrate some of these knobs. We'll bring the bass up just a little bit, we'll bring the mid-range down a little bit, and for this sound I'm going to take the treble up all the way. This to me makes a pretty good rock metal type of rhythm sound. Let's listen to that. And if I take the mids down even further and the lows up even higher, then I get even more into that territory. So you can already hear, just with the different settings that I've used to demonstrate to you guys, you can already hear there's all kinds of different tones and different sounds that are available in the Power Grid, the distortion pedal. If I take the gain down to about 25%, you'll hear that it does still clean up pretty nicely. Let me go to the 2 single coils here, and I can bring my volume knob down a little bit. It doesn't get buzzy. It doesn't sound like a pedal that's sort of on half power where it's a little bit gritty. It's actually kind of a nice, cleaner sound, and then it still leaves me the flexibility to bring my guitar's volume knob up and get back into some gritty overdrive section there. Change the pickup. Power Grid distortion, the character and tone of your guitar is going to be allowed to pass through, which is another good sign. Now, just to listen, we can take this gain knob up into the 65, 75, 100% range, and you can hear just the incredible amount of saturation that you can have from this pedal. Once again, this note will ring forever. So plenty of gain on tap. You will not have a shortage of gain in the Power Grid distortion pedal. No shortage of equalization, no shortage of flexibility. I know that if you get your hands on the Power Grid distortion pedal, you'll have as much fun with it as I have. Thank you.